So, welcome to episode 3 of the YTG Podcast. As you can see, if you're watching, we have a guest with us.
A celebrity with us.
Mr. Mike North Borders. Yeah, it's an Instagram celebrity.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Instagram extraordinaire.
Far out. Hello, nice to be here with you boys.
Brilliant.
Yes.
The YTG
Welcome, brother.
crew.
Yeah, no, this is going to be this is going to be a good recording session. Yeah. So next episode we're going to really dive into Mike. We've got him for 2 episodes, which is fantastic. But for now, I just wanted to start off by saying, holy crap, the response from episode 1 was mega. So thank you very much to everyone who messaged. I don't know about you, Sean, but I was inundated.
Yeah, no, I was
Absolutely
I was quite taken back at the feedback I got on the podcast, our first one. It was very positive, and it was good. Really good. So we'll keep it real as we do. Mikey asked us any boundaries or any guidelines. I said no, fuck no, not at all.
Which I didn't expect anything less. And I'm happy you guys have started the podcast so quickly as well. Like when I first came here a few weeks ago and you told me you're going to do it, and now sure enough, you're doing it. Yeah, that's great. I love to see that. Yeah.
Thanks to Tristan's assistance in helping us. It's great. Now we're getting up and running. We're grateful we got a couple away. We're excited to have you on. We'll have a bit of fun, a bit of history there as well. You've done some amazing fucking things in the last couple of years, which is huge. Everyone's going to want to know, or the people that don't know you on our side of the fence. We're going to just a bit hectic tonight. A bit of fun.
It's going to be good.
We've got a lot of questions to get through. Thank you for sending through some questions, which we're going to have.
Yeah, we have got some questions. Yeah, awesome. So the other thing on the start of my list is I have to make a quick apology. The amount of messages I got from people saying, you didn't introduce yourself. You idiot. It was unreal. So for those who want to know, my name is Nico French. I own a yellow Lotus Elise and I take pictures. I also do a couple of other things. I run YTG's social media and I obviously help host the podcast and a bunch of other things, just little bits here and there, whatever needs to be done. But that's me. I'm a driving fanatic. I take photos of cars because I want to be around driving them, not because I actually enjoy taking photos as much. So the goal is to drive shit, basically.
Yes. We've got a lot of stuff to drive this
year.
And
I am hardcore. As you'll find out, I'm a manual purist. Anything with an automatic gearbox can go in the bin.
Yes.
Except for race cars, because that's a different kettle of fish. But yes, I'm very much on the extreme end of driving feel and being connected with the car.
Analog.
And, a Rolls Royce means absolutely nothing to me because it's the opposite of what I'm about. So yes, that's me in a nutshell. Sorry, I'm coughing a bit. So we'll smack into some questions.
Yeah.
Because we got a bunch off Instagram. So thank you everyone.
Just let everyone know, this is our mascot.
Oh, yes.
It's Priscilla. Priscilla hangs out with us during the day, and she's a moodle. So, yeah. Just a moodle. I didn't know that either. I've had Rottweilers my whole life. So, for me, having a moodle, this is my daughter's dog anyway, so while the girls are in Sydney, she hangs out.
Look after it.
Yeah, well, she hangs out.
A moodle's a cross of...
She's a moodle. Sorry, it's a Maltese with a poodle.
I see, okay.
And then when Reek goes, we're getting a moodle, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And she goes, you'll see. And, mate, she's brand new, man. She's just cruise control, and she's just grouse, and she hangs out, and everyone loves her, and she just does her thing. And
nice having a chill dog.
She's just cool. If I had my Roddy here, he would be, mate, he'd take up half the couch. And he's too big, and he's too dopey. But she's just cruise control. So, anyways, enough of that. So if you see her, you'll see her from time to time because she's our mascot. And she's just cruise control, Priscilla.
This looks a bit like, do you remember Top Gear Dog from like back in the day?
Fuck Top Gear Dog.
Yeah, totally.
Young Timer's dog.
Yeah, let's go.
It's all good. You're cool. All good.
All right.
Anyway, so yes.
So the first question, Mr. Baker's thoughts about JDM cars.
Look, I love JDM, but I don't know it like a lot of the European stuff. Nico and Mikey and Liam out of New Zealand, JP who does wholesale for us, they're much more au fait with it. I do like it. We've carried a bit, but again, next year we're planning on doing a bit more with it. But yeah, no, I do like the JDM stuff. I don't get it as much as a lot of the other stuff. I wasn't a big Fast and Furious guy because I'm a bit of a bogan. I love my V8s. But in saying that, I appreciate it, and we've had some cool stuff. But yeah, definitely, I like it. Yeah,
it's an interesting market now as well.
Yeah,
it's completely
huge,
shot up.
It's crazy.
In value. It's like, I think everyone's calling it Fast and Furious tax, honestly. Like,
is that what it is? Is it?
Probably. I mean, the Skylines are $500,000 now. Like, what the
I fucking can't believe it, man.
Ridiculous.
I'm shocked, man. Like, fuck me. Like, some of these prices they're making, the 34 GDRs and a V-Spec, that sort of stuff. It's just, honestly, I'm shocked. I mean, that RCA we've got over it is, what is it? The time attack thing with the Subaru, the white one.
Oh, the Impreza, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a JDM car. Never came to Australia, but like...
It's a fucking Subaru, bro.
Brother. I'm sorry. I'm honestly shocked at the money they're making. People are buying them. I don't get it. But, like I said, that's not our thing. But like I said, we have been carrying a couple, and we're going to play a bit more with it. But yeah, no, I'm open to it 100%. 100%.
Yeah. No, 100%. So for reference, the car Sean's talking about is a white Subaru Impreza Spec C RAR. I haven't even heard of it because there's so many different models of that era of Subaru.
Bro,
I mean, you would know. So, Mikey, what have you driven here in today?
I also have a Subaru. It's a 2018 WRX STI Premium. If that fucking matters.
Which is quite photographed, isn't it? You photographed it.
Yeah, I've taken quite a few photos of it. I love that car, honestly. It's been set up mainly for mountain. So suspension's been changed, new tyres, wheels been tuned. Engine remap, turbo back exhaust, and new intake.
Oh shit! Okay.
And yeah, it runs like it is very quick up the mountain. I went up a few weeks ago with an M4 and a C63, and they couldn't shake me.
Really?
Yeah,
nice.
It is a great car up the mountain. On the straights, like I pretty much got nothing on anything, but I can race anything in the wet. Yeah, which is great. Which is a great feeling, and on the dirt as well. And it loves to boogie, loves to get the back out. It really drives like a rear-wheel drive car on the dirt.
That's awesome.
Which is great fun. Yeah. It has had mud flaps on it in the past, but now it's also been lowered and ready, set up for mountains. But I've owned a fair few Subarus, but that one's probably got to be my favorite. Yeah. I think.
Will you ever sell it?
With the current prices, man, they
stop making STI now. Is that correct?
That's right. So the price of these have just gone through the roof. That's right. So that's why we bought them in hopes that Subaru would fuck up the STI, the new model. And not only did they fuck it up,
mate,
they just binned it all together.
It's an SUV now. The WRX.
Don't even get me started. They just
why would they have done
plastic Honda Civic back.
I mean, obviously you guys are a generation down from me. I mean, but in saying that, I mean, like, why would they do that? I mean, it's such a proven product.
I don't know I think the only good car manufacturers out there that still make good cars is... Look, BMW are only offering cars in manual.
Yeah, got to give them props for that.
Yeah. Porsche as well.
Yeah.
Still
100%.
Offering cars in manual. Yeah. And Toyota are still offering cars in... And Supra's come out.
Back to making sports cars again.
Yeah. And the Corolla.
Corolla's coming. That GR,
they look... It's like so much fun. And once the tuning market gets it, that's when it's going to go off, man. That's where it goes off in the aftermarket sort of section for that sort of stuff. So...
Sad Subaru's lost their way, what they've done now. I mean, like, it's crazy why they've stopped it. I don't understand.
Yeah, isn't it weird how, like, Subaru and Mitsubishi are going, sports cars aren't selling, see you later. At the same time that Toyota's going, we can sell sports cars again. We'll start making them again.
I mean, it's fucking bizarre.
Weird.
They're listening to the people and what they want. Exactly what they want.
Yeah, man.
People want a rear-wheel drive, manual, LSD fucking car. Like, how hard is it? How fucking hard is it? BMW's been doing it for fucking 40 years or whatever. Like... That's what people want to drive.
Yeah, we just need an entry-level M2, like half the price of the M2, 50, 60
This is where M could still stick it to AMG, because AMG have lost their way.
So that's one of the questions, so don't go too far into that, because we will talk about that in a bit.
Don't get him started on Mercedes, man. He won't shut up.
Well, actually, let's have that as a next question. So someone did ask us, he wanted to get... your opinion specifically on the new C63, and he literally asked why it's not a real AMG. So I mean, the assumption there is in the question already.
Simple. AMG. Okay, granted, the C36, like my C36, that was the first collaboration, if you will, with AMG before they took them over. And okay, so that was a testing ground. But really, man, AMG's a V8, mate. It always has been. And you talk to the purists, we're a V8. It's a V8 brand, you know what I mean? And now to do this new C63, which is, I was watching the reviews. I'm trying to sell myself on it. Nah. The fact that I'm trying to fucking sell myself on it is enough, mate.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit, mate. I don't care. It's fucking 800 horsepower, whatever the hell it is. It's 600, and then you got the extra electric motor. And mate, listen to it, mate. It's a 4-cylinder. Chris Harris is like revving it, and the other guys are revving it, and you're like, wow. Wow. Yeah, okay, it goes like a scolded cat, and it's great. You know what I mean? In terms of the power, they have to give some compensation. I mean, it's a nah, man. Nah, it's not me, mate. No way.
Fair enough. I don't blame you as well, because to go from V8s to twin turbo V8s and then bang,
4-cylinder.
I was like,
fucking
so
A45
shocked.
engine, and it's gone like this, it's gone like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they
It
made
makes
a fucking
no
longitude,
sense.
and they're like, and then it's made the car. Funny enough, I think the car looks amazing. It looks great. It looks fat. To me, it looks like an E63. And as Chris Harris said, well, you don't need an E63 because it's such a big car. It has got shitloads of power. Yeah, cool. But come on, man. How much of that 4-cylinder, that's a time bomb, man. Seriously. Like fucking A45 now, the CLA45s, mate, they're time bombs with fucking 70, 80,000 Ks. They've been hammered. Yeah. So, like, how much longevity are you going to get? Seriously.
Yeah.
At least the V8, they're torquey, they get longevity out of the engines, that sort of stuff. These 4-cylinder cars, yeah, man, maybe you're the second and third owner, I reckon it'd be a headache. Because the first owner, you got warranty, no stress, mate. Because those cars are going to be fucking thrashed from day one.
Yeah.
No one's going to drive them fucking soft.
Yeah.
And it looks tough, but no. To me, to answer to the question, no, I don't acknowledge it as a real fucking C63. I think it's a disgrace that they've done that. Put a 63 badge on it. Come on, man.
I don't know how it got out the door, to be honest.
Honestly,
I never understand how half of these cars that get released, and the car purists, we all hate it. And I don't know who the fuck,
mate.
who said yes to that, you know?
Look, the board of directors to meet compliance, I guess, of all the various areas in the world. You know that LA is like 95% of the world's EPA production, that sort of stuff. That's why that fucking Project One was so hard to get out. Because LA, because it's a fucking Formula One car.
Yeah.
They're not trying to make it idle. Hello? So LA, they couldn't get it past. That's why it took so long. So in the end, they're not going to North America. So
Really?
the car's
You
going,
can't buy it?
they're not going to North America from what I believe. So
Wow.
the Project One's now being released, but in the various parts of the world, which they're
Just
not
like, fuck
copping
America.
dicks up your ass because it's fucking too hard. So I've got a few clients who've got them coming now. So you're getting them, but North America's not getting them because they couldn't pass.
Wow.
Couldn't idle. Thing's an animal. So finally, they're getting it out. Yeah, it's crazy. But in saying that, yeah, no. And again, meeting this, nah, man. Fuck, no. Sorry.
I wish there was some leniency for these really high-end powered cars for governments to understand. It's like, surely you have to give some sort of leniency to the AMG Project One. Like, come on.
I mean,
and half the people that own these cars, are we ever going to see them down at the racetrack? Probably not.
No.
Are we ever going to see them cruise down the street? Probably not. They're
you're
probably
going to
going
have
to
one or
be
two blokes on like that germ guy, whatever the fuck his
Germ
name.
collector or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
like
Germ collector.
Yeah, jerk collector. Like you got a couple of those blokes who are really YouTube savvy, so they're going to get massive ratings by taking their car out and thrashing the shit out of it, where 9 out of 10 aren't going to do. It's no different to tax the rich. That's
the
fucking
rich.
grouse.
Oh, that's
Tax the rich
classic.
is just grouse, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When to see someone absolutely
Off-road
giving it.
skid and Enzo.
Come
Is
on, man, that's
amazing.
grouse. And the 288 GDO just
through the
absolutely
warehouse
fucking
and
raping
stuff.
it. It's
Yeah,
grouse.
yeah.
I was most of them are like, oh, there's dust on it. Clean it, you know what I mean? Like they're out enjoying it, man. That's the best, honestly. That's just sticking it to the fucking man. That's
Have you
grouse.
seen Power Slide Lover?
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Ferrari Monza SP2, whatever it is.
Yeah, grouse.
On the locks
Then he can just
in the
absolutely.
snow in the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, good on him, man.
Just-
If I had that kind of freight, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
Mate. I
Wicked.
have the same thing, mate.
Absolutely
I
wicked.
got one of my dearest clients. He's working on a pretty big project, and if it goes off, he's a billionaire straight away. And I know what he's like. And he said to me, he goes, Shuni, this fucking takes off. We're buying LaFerraris and we're going to play smash up derbies. And he's the type of bloke that would fucking do it. He's just epic. Like, he's the type of guy that, you know, he's got fucking plenty of money now and he's got some hectic cars and he just drives them. He just doesn't give a shit. But now he gets into that serious money.
He gets into
He's the type of bloke that would do that. He goes, mate, you imagine that podcast. I go, yeah. I go, mate, that'd
You'd
be
have
heavy.
Ferrari calling you up. They'd fly down personally.
Mate,
They'd be getting cease and desist.
You would,
way
yeah.
further than that. Yeah,
Isn't
honestly.
that gold? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
mate, it's sad.
Hey, doggy, what you
Priscilla,
doing?
sorry.
That's
You're
all
right.
right.
She likes you.
Hey.
Come here,
Yeah, don't
baby.
get strangled.
You all right? Okay, so yeah, no, I'm not into the C63. I think it's a disgrace about being called a 63. It looks great, but that's about it.
All right, so some car market stuff, which is cool because I did like that we could be a bit of an insight into the car market on this podcast. 'cause
Yeah.
It's a unique angle that we have.
Yeah.
So, how many people sell their classic cars for less than they paid for them?
The ones that buy in an inflated market, and we have a saying in the classic car market, a rising tide raises all boats. And it's the person that's paid big money for certain cars which really aren't that. And that's basically, I know, again, I'm probably going to upset some people here, but fuck me, mate. I can only speak the truth, and my inventory is proven from that. It's the person that pays massive overs on, say, a Mondial, or a 308 GT4.
Yeah, fine.
Or who pays massive money on just a low mileage 996 coupe, which it's a great. These are all great cars, but the market's been pushed up because everything else has just gone through the roof. So those cars have been dragged up. When the market turns, they're the ones that come back first.
Yeah.
And they're the people that sadly, got caught. I don't want to see people get caught. People want to buy these cars, they want to enjoy them. Mate, 15 years ago, there was no such thing as fucking investment cars and classic cars. I mean, there was, but not in the Australian market. We were very insular to it. Now, we've seen over the last 10 years that, yes,
Especially with the Porsche market.
Man,
the
fuck
turbo
me,
market.
mate.
That was
Bloody-
seen as a shitty car.
mate,
Can you believe
that
it?
Carrera 4S that we have, the white one,
mate.
which is 349 or something.
Yeah, I mean, that car's priced accordingly because it's a South African
yeah, well,
car.
it's,
An Aussie car's 400.
Yeah.
So insane.
Carreras.
Yeah, 4S
Just for a
manual,
Carrera.
special car.
okay, yeah.
993 4S manual, special car. But in saying that, these are what I call global cars, and it's for me, from my experience, my history, when the market was really, really strong a couple of years ago, and people were ringing me up and they'd be saying, Sean, what do you think about this? And I'd be going, well, you're not buying it from me because that's artificial. And I know the market will turn, and that's the car that's going to go down. So in saying that, no, majority of my clients, I've advised them accordingly, and no, they're in front. But yeah, no, sadly there are some people that have bought badly to try and
Keep up or whatever with the times.
look. This whole collector car thing, right? When people go, Sean, it's going to be a good investment. I go, no, stop. Do you like the car? Buy the car because you want it. Don't speculate. Like all these people are buying these fucking Porsches, and half these people aren't buying them not to own. They're buying them to flip.
Yeah.
Okay? All your GT3s, your GT3 RSs, your Cayman GT4s, all this new stuff coming out.
They were never
Everyone's-
designed to do
Mate,
that.
People
yeah.
are buying them and flipping them because they're low reach to Australia. We're getting low numbers. People don't want to wait 2 and 3 years. Look at the fucking Corvettes, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Mate, we're selling Corvettes, mate. They were making big money, these Corvettes. What they were asking for, what you can get them, because you can't get them for 3 and 4 years. But you know what I mean? It's a little bit artificial too, because there's such a slow supply, the demand's high, okay? Once that tap's open, these people are in a lot of trouble. Yeah. And there's R people, like 911R people, there's a lot of people got burnt, man, with those fucking 911Rs.
Yeah,
it was at Dutton's when they first came out.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking remember.
Bro.
But
People
you know
would
what?
bankrupt themselves on that car.
Mate, but people were paying the money. You know what I mean? Like, some clients are asking me, do you think this is a good investment, Sean? No, I don't. But people are paying the money. What do you want me to say? You know what I mean? That I told 2 clients, I go, look, I think it's strong, but hey, man, you're a big boy. You want to buy it, you buy it. But are you asking for my advice? No, I don't think that's going to be sustainable, and I don't think you're going to make money at this level. If anything, it's going to come back. But they're big people, and they go, fuck it, I like the car, and I can't get one. I missed out, so I bought them. So, it's some cars, no, not here. I'm very selective in what I buy. Like I said, I won't buy certain cars for the sake of it. So I don't want my clients ringing me up in a year or two in the market. Mate, okay, fuck, we have a 3rd World War or something, mate. Cars are the last of your fucking problems. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's extremes. But again, certain cars, if you went to move it, you might You might rip 10 or 20%, but that's also if you're going to move the asset now, you need to make it liquid. If you can afford to hang on to it, the market will turn again and you'll be sweet. You know what I mean? It really just depends on the cars. And those cars that I know, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't need people fucking throwing more rocks at me because I've made certain mention on certain cars. Well, I didn't fucking sell them to you.
Yeah.
And I don't carry those certain cars here. I'm not going to mention all of them. There's a few out there, but I won't mention them all because I know there's a lot of people that have bought them hoping that they wouldn't, and I hope they would because you don't want someone to buy and rip up. You don't. You want to enjoy the experience. So for me,
absolutely,
I stick to the core cars that are always in demand. 4S's, turbos, fucking certain Ferraris, certain Porsches, certain Astons. They're the ones I stick to, and I can only go off by the proof. Look at what we've sold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless someone specifically says, Sean, I want this car, and I've advised them not cancel it, and I have, I'll buy it for you then. That's risk.
Yeah.
That's risk.
Did you see the white LFA that Dutton had a few years back?
Yeah, we sold that.
Yeah.
Special car.
So me and Rob went and looked at that car.
Okay, yeah.
When it was listed for $1 million.
Yeah.
And they started up and revved it for us and stuff, and wicked car.
Yeah.
6 months later, it was listed for $599.
What?
Yeah.
That quickly, it nearly halved. In
Look,
price.
a few people were never going to pay $1 million for an LFA because it's just such and it's an amazing car. But the only time that car's grouse when you're on fucking full noise.
Yeah.
On the boot. Yeah. Okay, the only time I ever enjoyed that car is when we had it down at the island and on it in Charity Drive. That we took a few cars out there years ago.
Oh, I remember.
We had the 675 LT, we had the LFA. Remember that was fucking awesome, man. And that's when you see that car in its full, I guess its full environment, full aero, in battle mode.
Yeah.
Not fucking sitting in Chapel Street being a wanker, fucking like a dickhead like most blokes are. You know what I mean? So, no, that's when you're going to see these cars. So, $1 million, a few clients go, what do you reckon, Shawnee, $1 million? I go, nah, I'll get you a speciale or something, you know?
Yeah.
At least that's a known
that's
quantity.
That's going to stay.
Yeah, man, definitely. It's a beautiful car. It's never going to make that. A Nürburgring edition, though, I know they sold a couple of Nürburgring editions for $1 million.
Yeah.
That's a special car again. But, it's massive money.
Crazy. It's an interesting car, though.
Yeah.
It's the whole history of that car.
It's amazing. It really is.
It is amazing. Yeah.
The Yamaha
really
engine and all it's just crazy.
It
really
is an extraordinary
car. It was too
car.
advanced, actually, really. Lexus people couldn't cop that from Lexus. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They just couldn't get it.
It was the right car from the wrong brand.
Yeah.
If Ferrari had have launched that, it would have been...
But Ferrari would never have spent that long taking out a car like
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
Like, to that
amount
extent.
the amount of development.
That's Japanese development into a supercar world.
Yeah.
That's just them going,
Yeah.
we'll give this a go, and then just killing it. But they took too long, man. Like, it's just simple as that.
Yeah.
Just and that's just what it is. Interesting world of the LFA.
Yeah. Sad. It should have taken off.
Yeah.
It just didn't, and I don't. Yeah, like I said, that price was ridiculous. Started seeing them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a bit speculative. Anyways.
All right. So, our next question.
Do you need to make mention on who the lovely people were that sent the questions?
I'm not sure. Do you need to? Is that a thing? Do you know,
Mike?
Mike?
Maybe
Is
being
that
respectful, letting them know. That
we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do
okay,
that.
So the first question was from?
our first question was from Sayed.
Yes.
Our second question about the C63s, that was from the Asian car photographer. Interesting Instagram.
This is why you don't name names on Instagram.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to be nice.
No.
So our last question about the classic cars was from Collector Cars Sydney.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Which is cool. And our next question is just from Daniel.
Daniel.
And he is asking us, quite on topic actually.
Yes.
What is the process of importing cars?
Well, it just depends. I mean, it varies. I mean, different countries, different regulations. Australia's just fucking hardest country to bring cars into Australia. I mean, obviously we have a 25 and 30-year rule, and because every state is governed differently and there's different rules applying to different states, which is ridiculous. There's too much red tape here. Certain cars qualify in certain states and so on. But, it's not the easiest thing. Anything that's reasonably young, you have to show that you've owned it for 12 months as a private import. Otherwise, it's just too hard. And with the laws that are changing now, asbestos rules, that's why it's pushed a lot of the market up in Australia now, which the cars are already here. So it has pushed the market up a lot of cars, especially a lot of the American stuff and bringing them in. The rules have changed. Not as easy as it used to be, no. Not at all. Not at all. It is a lot of mucking around.
Yeah. So later on this month, we're bringing in 430.
Yeah, we're just waiting on the VIA on that car so we can bring it in. That's a personal import, that car.
Yep.
So we'll bring that in. Otherwise, it's just too hard to bring these cars in because we just can't.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of other stuff coming, which are over that 25 and 30-year rule, which will
Yep.
bring some classic Ferrari. We've got a couple of Testarossas and some 550s we're looking at doing. So, but in saying that, as a rule of thumb, yeah. Whereas like New Zealand's fucking grouse. You can walk into a New Zealand dealer, right? Okay, you want to go buy a new Porsche. You walk into a New Zealand Porsche dealer. G'day, mate. When's the next Porsche? Oh, mate, you can't get one for fucking XYZ, and it's XYZ, and you're no discount. Okay, no worries. I go home. I get online in the UK. Ooh, do the exchange rate, bring it in. Does that? Fuck. It's 10 grand cheaper. It's the same money, or it's 10 grand more. But I can get it sooner, and I can do it. And you can bring that car into the country and WOF it, which is the warrant of fitness, and register the car and go, and there's no issue.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Isn't it amazing? And when I was speaking to the dealers about that, because obviously the BS that we have in this country, you can't do it to protect the market.
Protect what fucking market?
Protect what
Holden
market?
doesn't even make cars any.
It's fucking bullshit, the LCT thing. That's another one we're going to have a crack at you cunts, so you people about. Sorry. Anyways, what we're talking about is basically the question of the difference between two countries which are 3 hours apart flying, virtually our sister country, and their deregulated market is quite amazing. Like, it's just what you can get away with there. IMS, who are good friends of ours in Auckland, I'll never forget, we walked in there once, this is during my Dutton days, and there was a 430 Challenge car sitting there in their workshop with plates on it, and I went,
surely not.
what the fuck? And they gone, mate, horn, lights, siren, windows, handbrake.
It's a car.
Wow.
Brother.
That's
fucking,
epic.
it's registered.
That's awesome.
Then
Race
what they
car,
did is
right.
a Carrera Cup car, fucking registered.
Yeah.
Registered,
That's
man.
sick.
And
That
then
would
I
never
remember,
happen here.
mate. What do you?
And even if you could do it, you'd be defected in a
never,
second.
Yeah.
Never. And like I remember when I was sitting down, I was having a fag out the front, and then I was like sitting there, and I'm like, hear this hectic as V8, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Coming from the workshop next door. And I'm going to Liam, because Liam was working for us then, and I'm going, mate, what's that? Can I walk in? He goes, yeah, you go. Mate, the guy's riding out on a fucking Harley trike with this massive V8 in the middle. And I'm like,
It's registered.
brother, it was fucking registered. No shit. I couldn't believe it. And I've gone,
sitting on an
mate,
engine.
he's sitting on an engine, the fucking widest wheels, and this massive long forks, and it was like a 350 with fucking side pipes, and a big burly bloke. And I'm like, man, I thought that was a pro stocker car. And he comes on this fucking bike, and he takes off, and I'm like, and there's fucking plates on it. I can't believe it. And I'm like,
Registered to a house.
mate, I love
telling
this.
me.
I love this country. It's grouse. And for us, obviously, with Duttons, because we could deal in so many cars there that we couldn't do here, it was grouse. I'll sell you a LaFerrari, left-hand drive, put it on the road.
Red sheet, there you
fuck
go.
all, couple $100. Stamp dues, nothing. No LCT. It's just unbelievable.
It's just how it should be. Like, if
It's
you have the
how it
money
should
Yeah.
to
be.
enjoy the car, stop fucking brutally taxing us.
Mate,
Yeah.
and I spoke to a few of the dealer boys there, and I've gone, you know, what happens? And they go, you know how many people do what I just said? Fuck all. But that one or two that might do it, they've still got enough people walking in the door to buy their cars. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like some of the European countries, they deregulated the drug industry. Well, guess what? They're not having the overdoses anymore. They're not having all these issues because now it's readily available and it's controlled.
Yeah.
Okay, not to go to a morbid subject, but on the same token of, hang on, you can control it. You can eradicate half the issues that you've had, and it's been proven in these European countries, mate.
Yep.
So, okay, granted that's an extreme, but we're talking about government policy here, which you're trying to protect the market that we don't have anymore, and what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
It just makes no sense when you've got a country that's just 3 hours flight away. They've got less population in the whole country than Victoria, and they've got one of the best car cultures I've ever witnessed, man. It's unbelievable. That's why for us it was a no-brainer to open up in New Zealand, because the market is absolutely deregulated, and you can do some good stuff there. Car's got to be safe, of course, but hello, it's a bit of common sense. It's fucking amazing. It really is.
Then it just comes down to natural selection, really, if your car's unsafe.
Yeah. Hello. Whereas Victoria, we can get away with it. You just renew the rego every year. You don't have to do anything. There's so many shit heaps on the road. In Sydney, you got a pink slip every year, I think it is. So it's like a road with you every year. Priscilla. And it's just again, just unnecessary BS. So no. Going back to that question, no, it's not easy.
It's very difficult.
Very difficult.
That was a long-winded answer. But we got there. Good story, though.
But it's just, but that's the thing. I mean, the questions can morph in because you give so many different examples of why are we so backward when it comes to our motor industry?
Oh, yeah.
Seriously,
my missus has just got issues from
she's
Netherlands.
From Netherlands. Yeah.
And she loves it here, but she also can't believe how backwards
our
country.
Yeah, it's
sad, man.
When other people come here,
it is like it's such a beautiful place to live, but really when you start looking at all the laws and what's what, man. It's just like,
come on, man.
Why is that allowed, but this isn't allowed?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an interesting place to live. Yeah. What can I say?
Well, I mean, you've done a lot of travel of late, so I mean, again, and you're a car man.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you've got an R8 over there, haven't you?
Yeah, I got an R8, London R8, English R8, so still right-hand drive.
Yeah.
And toured Europe in that, which was great fun.
Nice. And it V8 or V10?
V10.
V10?
Yeah, V10.
Oh, fucking nice.
Steel stick as well, so it is just...
Fucking champion, mate. I didn't know
she
was a V10. I thought she was a V8 for some reason.
That.
Oh, fuck yeah. Nice, gangster.
No, it's going to be a V10.
Yeah,
I didn't know when I picked it up as well that it had been tuned. And
it had been.
Yeah, it's been tuned. So there's two computers in those R8, so they get tuned together. And then this one has a catless exhaust on it. The guy said he said it's so chill as well. He's like, it's got a catless exhaust on it, mate. By the way, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, engine's there, exhaust is there, no cat. Like that's not much.
Loud.
Yeah, it was so loud, bro. It was so loud. Like, you got to hold your ears when you start it up and stuff.
Cold
like
start.
you can't.
I mean, that V10 down there is loud
I could
enough
imagine.
as
Yeah.
So that one there straight.
Oh, it's
mate.
so fucking loud.
Yeah,
but it is amazing. And over there's no highway patrol. There's no highway patrol that's going to come pull you over and be like, yeah, look, buddy, I saw a bit of wheel poke there. It's like, no, you're not going to get any of that. There's like people, like the further down you go in Europe, the less people give a fuck about the speed limit. It's more like optional there, as I like to see it.
Yeah.
So in the Netherlands and stuff, they have 100 Ks during the day, but at night time, it's open to interpretation.
Yeah. That's
like it's got they've got a speed limits and stuff. It's 130 at night, 100 during the day. Yeah, K's, but no one does that. No one does that. And then you go across the border. So where my missus lives is like 20 minutes to the border.
Yeah.
And then you're in Germany, and then
that's
all hell loose on D-restricted, which means no speed limit.
Yeah.
So then that's like mainly most arterial freeways through Germany have that.
Really.
And she lives right near one. So if you just want to go for
just go
I
for
had
a
a stressful day and.
Yeah.
Fuck this. Autobahn.
Fucking awesome, man.
And it was just such good fun. And we drove down to like Greece and Croatia and Slovenia and all that. And no one gives a fuck down there, bro. It's just such different culture,
mate,
man.
Yeah. Especially Greece and all that. I mean, I've never been, but I've got so many Greek mates and family and friends. And the shit that I hear is just like, that's grouse. It's just honestly.
I didn't see a police officer the whole time. I didn't see it. But there was also no one was getting hurt. No one's getting like. I didn't see anything like. I'm sure there's a lot of shit that goes on in the background that's super corrupt, like there is here.
I was gonna say no different to here.
Yeah, exactly. But when it comes to like on the road rules and stuff and cars, there's just modified cars. Here's modified cars there. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's having a good time. No one's hurting each other and. Like, you've seen bikes ride past you around you. No one's got helmets on or anything. It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, it would never run here, obviously.
No way, yeah.
I do kind of understand it because here we just got so many idiots on the road. Like, I've stopped even using my horn. I just hit the brakes and I just watch them now. I just watch them drive. Like, you can go, man. Like, that's what I'm showing my missus here as well. She's just, like, amazed at some of our drivers because she said to me that we're all self-taught, technically, because your parents teach you how to drive. It's not the case in Europe. You have to spend thousands of dollars
actually doing it
to get your license and do hours and hours with an instructor, and then you go to a bigger instructor then gives you a license. Here it's, jump in the car with one of your mates or your mum. And then write down, we used to have the books, now they have the app. But bro, you could just forge for days on your, 100%. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's so different.
I lost, that I actually didn't get my license the first time. I was so fucking confident. I went for the driving instructor because I used to. Oh, well, anyway, so I was going to say, fuck, mate. I used to fucking drive all the time and no license, whatever, in the back streets, whatever you did as a kid, out in the country and that sort of stuff. So I was pretty fucking good before I went for my learners, and I never did anything with Dad. A couple of learners sort of stuff, Val, whatever it was. But then I remember going, and all my mates came to my joint to get, you got your license, we're going to go cruising. And I got home and I was gutted because I'd passed it. And then what I did is I didn't actually stop at the stop sign, and you meant to let the car rest, but I didn't. And I just kept going. And then they've gone, you didn't stop? I've gone, yeah, I did. He goes, no, you didn't, mate. I went, oh, fuck off, I didn't get it. I'm so pissed off. Mate, I was gutted, mate, because we were going out that night and all the boys were at my place and I didn't get my license. So I copped so much fucking shit. And I was like, shit. I thought I was going to get it. And like I said, and the guy goes, nah, you didn't stop. And I'm like, fuck off, I'm so pissed off. And so I had to wait for like 2-3 weeks to go back. And my mates still don't fucking let me down. I go, you're the only one who fucking didn't get your license, prick, the first time. I was like, fuck, and I had so much experience off the record. So but so no, it's pretty hard here, man. And now they don't. Back then, show my age, you could drive in an auto and you automatically were licensed for manual.
Yeah.
Whereas here now you can't, is it? It's one or the other, isn't it?
Wait till you're fully licensed now. I think.
Is that how it works?
I think it's so if you go for your autos and get it, you got to wait till you're fully licensed here, and then you can drive manual cars.
Fuck.
So just drive manual to begin with, if you can find one.
Sorry, but half your generation, fucking half of them don't even know what the fucking third pedal is. Correct. Our generation sort of laugh, go, your best fucking anti-theft device is have a manual.
Yeah.
But, I can't do that. It's what it is.
Leave.
Next go, the next one. That's an auto. Yeah. We can do that. 2 pedals.
Yeah, legit. Yeah, that is.
No, I'm with you. Yeah. No, big props to my sister. She just got her license, manual.
Great.
It works, everything. Well, she actually got so much kudos from the instructor because she was getting it in a manual. He obviously sees so little of it these days.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
A good mate of mine's brother has a driving school thing. And same thing, he goes, everyone just goes for auto, mate. Because today, everything's an auto, the CVT, all these fucking young little cars, they're just all little hatches. They're not manuals. They're CVT autos, which is even worse. And that's what they do. It's hard to get a manual today. It really is. Quite amazing.
Yeah, unless it's a base spec model Hilux that people are buying in bulk for work and stuff. You still make those in manual.
Ferrari have stopped. Like I said, it's only Porsche really out of. I mean, Lambo don't do it. Ferrari don't do it. Ferrari stopped it back in the 458 because I remember I was running Ferrari at the time. We did the changeover the 430 to 458, and everyone's like, "Oh, gosh, DCT was the first DCT next to the California at the time." But it's amazing, like everyone's like, yeah, no more manual, blah, blah, blah. But I remember clients going, I want a manual. I'll pay extra. You can't get one, mate. No more.
Yeah.
And now, hence, everyone wants the manual Ferraris now. It's amazing.
You want what you can't
analog.
have.
Yeah, man.
But people want that,
feel. It's like a Murcielago manual.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Gold.
Yeah.
Gold,
But yeah, the thing is about, like, those cars, it's the sound that really makes those cars as well. Like, that's literally half the car. It's a bit because you want to flex, and also because of the sound.
100%.
Means,
100%.
And so buying a Porsche, I'm sorry, but I can't get around the sound as much as those cars. Like, I know I'm gonna probably upset some people with that. Like, Porsche's a great car to drive.
Yeah,
it's the sleeper of the supercar world as well, especially what you can do with them.
And a 992 turbo, yes.
I mean, mate,
on, man, that's an animal. Honestly, you don't. I used to say if I got out of the trade, what would I buy for a daily? Fucking, I used to say 991 turbo or something because really it just does everything you want it to do. It's so clinical. I mean, it is an animal, but it's probably too clinical. Well, the first time I drove an Aventador, I'm like, mate, I've got a coffee in my hand, I've got a smoke in my hand, I've got the Bluetooth working, I'm sitting in traffic, the temperature gauge is cold, the air conditioning is on, and I'm sitting there going, this shouldn't be a V12 Lamborghini. You should be wanting to fucking axe murder me. Fucking, wow. And it's like, if you close my eyes, I go, I feel like I'm in a fucking just a normal Japanese car. The steering's easy. That shouldn't be that. But they're building it for all the fat cat Americans. They want everything in the car. So the car's lost its DNA. Yeah. It's gone from a hardcore V12 raging bull to every creature comfort that you want.
Drive it, yeah.
Come on, man. That's not
like
a Lamborghini. Come on, man.
It's an Audi, a little Audi.
Come on, man. It's too easy to drive. You know what I mean? And that's why I miss the real Lambos and you know what I mean? They're just that rawness of them, you know? It's sad.
They've lost those days, man, unfortunately.
They're gone, man.
Yeah, they're actually gone.
They're gone.
They're really gone.
You won't find that stuff with me, and that's the thing. It's just, like I said, if you want it, I'll get it for you, but no. You know, rather like the Murcielago Roadster manual, and like that's fucking hectic, man.
Yeah.
Is that the green one?
Yeah, the
Verde Draco.
Yeah, Verde Draco.
There's a guy in Sydney, the damn Batman.
It was Batman's
guy.
old car.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, my client bought it off him. And then we were looking at doing something with a 765 LT. So
his one?
Yeah.
Oh,
so we got him
that's a nice colour. That one, MSO colour, isn't it?
No, the orange car. Yeah, the one we had is sitting
the one. Yeah,
wasn't on the market. We did a deal with him on the car. So,
yeah,
the Verde Draco is cool. 1 of 5. It's just
wicked.
That's a hot car, man. That is
hectic.
Beautiful tasting car. Honestly,
hectic. So we got a Gallardo manual coming. So I'll play with that.
Oh, wicked.
First gen manual 05
Epic.
Aussie car. Cool, man.
Epic.
Gallardos really don't do much for me. The Superleggera possibly, but the first gen 08, not the second gen.
The fact that it's manual is just such.
Come on, man. Yeah,
you can't hate that, man. Like,
come on, man.
Rear engine,
man.
You know, or mid engine.
Cool. It's just cool, man.
Yeah,
it's just cool. But yeah, no,
sick.
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad though.
Yeah, no, well, I had the eye-opening experience of driving a GT4 from Porsche Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of driving there in my Lotus. And the Porsche was soft and quiet and just... It's like a Rolls Royce compared to my Lotus. It makes 3 times the power on my car, and it was somehow less exciting.
Yeah.
With more power, more rubber, more air, it was a less exciting car. Yeah. How does that make any sense? But
the newer cars are just so well built that they feel a bit idiot-proof. Yeah. And that's tough. Also, part of the fun. It's just like you want it to
They're
try.
compensating for shit drivers.
Yeah, exactly right.
They're compensating for shit drivers, mate.
Oh,
There's
my
a lot
God.
of people out there with money who fucking can't drive.
Yeah.
More money than sense.
Correct. So they make it idiot-proof so they don't get themselves into trouble. Don't turn any buttons off and you'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the worst way to drive. Yeah, honestly,
it's. I think mine has no buttons.
I think I see more
than that, mate.
Modern cars in car crashes than I do with old cars.
Sorry,
I think I see more modern cars in car crashes.
Yeah, because people believe their ability is better than what it is because all these safety aids.
Yeah,
and like I remember driving one of the cars, and I was just test driving it, and we were just looking at train. It was a fucking Audi, and it had and I'm backing out of the driveway, and the thing hit the brakes on its own because it's got some self-protection bullshit in the back. And I thought I hit something because I was like, fuck, what happened here? And I turned around.
Freaking out,
and the thing's got all this auto braking and shit like that. And I'm
so
like,
annoying.
Come on, man. I want to drive the car myself. You know what I mean? And like the first time I drove it, one of the AMGs and, you know, all the lane assistant, it pulls you back into the lane. It was an ML63, the new one, the bike, new one back in 13. And I remember we had one at Dutton's and I remember driving it home and, you know, I'm on the phone, I'm trying to vary a little bit, and the thing just pulled me back, and I shit myself. I go, what's going on here? And I realised on the lane assist, I turned it all off, and I'm like, man, that's going to cause an accident to me, I reckon, because I'm not prepared for it. And then all of a sudden it starts doing this or beeping this and that, and I'm like, I know I'm old school, man, but it's too much, man. It's just...
I agree.
Too much, man.
My mum's got one of those new Subaru Foresters or whatever, and even she hates it. Like she prefers her old BMW or whatever because it's just when you're driving it, it's just I'm trying to just, you know, I didn't indicate quick enough to change my lane, and it just picks up the lane. It's like, you're changing lanes.
Yeah,
I know I'm changing lanes, bro. That's what I'm fucking trying to do. Like.
Yeah.
And I think I can make a call that there's no one next to me. You know what I mean?
I spend more time trying to turn off the buttons than actually, you know, trying to get to my destination. You know,
man.
Far
it's
out.
It's like the engine cut off at the lights.
Oh my God,
that's probably the worst thing I've ever seen.
How are you supposed to race from the lights when the engine's off?
Seriously, how much wear and tear does that cause on the starter motor?
Oh
I was just thinking about.
Come on, man. And does that really save fuel? Your start-up sequence every time on the car, you know, the normal driving cycle, your normal transport, your normal daily.
Because they're still doing it.
So I actually tested this.
Did you?
Because a long time ago, Subaru gave me a car to take to Tasmania, and I had it when it first came out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I fucking hate this already, but I'll test it. I want to see. It had a thing of how much fuel it saves when it's off, and I'm like, all right. I was in Tasmania, like driving the car for like I think 10 days, and I did not turn it off once, although it like pained me immensely. And no matter how badly I really wanted to see how much it would save, I saved 800 milliliters
over 10 days.
10 days.
Wow.
800 milliliters of fuel.
So it's nothing.
Not even 1 liter.
I was going to say
$1.50. $1.50 is how much I saved. How much damage do you think I did?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man. Well, I didn't even do it. The car did it.
Mate, so. I'm not so mechanically minded where I can pull a car engine apart and all that sort of stuff. But, mate, being in the trade long enough, understanding that, mate, turning off and on, that is not good for your starter motor and the engine starting sequence, mate. And the car engine's warm, so you're constantly turning off and on at the lights.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's bullshit. That is. I turn them off on any of the modern day cars, and we don't have a lot, but whatever modern day cars, that's the first fucking thing I turn off. And some cars you can't actually. Some cars you can go into the computer turn off, and others you can't. I think certain Benzes and certain cars that we've had,
the wire out of that.
Mate, come on, man. So that's crap. Too much technology on them now.
That's just some guy in a glass box, just being like, "No, it's for the environment."
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, what the fuck do you know about the environment?
Come on, man. Environment, seriously, stopping and starting again. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, we'll not get Sean fired up on the environment.
All right. Well, our last question is actually quite on topic. So it's from Bradley James.
Yes.
And so you fabulous watchers might have seen we put a little clip from episode 1 on Instagram of Sean's roast of electric cars, which went quite viral.
Well, you did catch me off guard. I'm not that as
that was the idea,
but you caught me off guard.
That was the idea.
We're going to, for all you tree huggers out there and save the whales and save the planet, we're going to actually do a proper podcast. I'm not going to be one-sided. We're going to give you the facts on
We
both
might even
sides.
get some sort of expert in or someone who is of that side.
Yeah.
And we can sort of...
Nah, we'll end up getting into punch on.
You're like, right, let's go outside.
Nah, I'll just fucking throw them out here. I'll throw them out the glass.
Oh, God.
But in saying that, we will come back with a proper, detailed pro and con against it, and then we'll still be winning because there's more more negatives than there are pros.
Yeah.
But in saying that, we'll give you a detailed analysis, and we'll look forward to your reviews and your questions. And which we probably won't answer anyways. But anyway, so...
So Bradley James's question is, besides EVs, is there any other car brand or type of car that you wouldn't stock here?
Look, we don't carry a lot of modern day cars only because, we want to be in this sort of certain market of the young timers. I mean, I've got cars which are, 2012 and 13 and 19 and so on, but they're special cars, AMG GTRs, R8 V10s, late model Astons, they're a special one, or DBS or something or other. So, look, I mean, I'd probably... Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of brands.
Haval, Great Wall.
MG, the new MG Chinese brand.
That is a spit to what MG was. That new MG is...
But you know what? They're fucking selling them. They're selling it.
I saw a yellow one. I'm like, bro.
Mate, I don't know who's fucking buying them.
You can't diss yellow. You can't diss yellow.
No, yellow's cool. They're trying to make it look like a Ferrari or something. What was that? Yellow. What was that? I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know. I mean, like, mate, they are fucking selling them. But those people, I don't care. That's not my people. That's not our people.
Yeah.
They need transport. And that's what it is. And
Yeah.
look, there's people buying these things, but that's all cool. Like I said, mate, there's a fucking enough money in the world for everyone. There's enough market share for everyone. That's not my people. That's not my market. So I get it. No, I actually don't get it. But I mean, I get it that people
need to buy something and they get conned into that one. Eh? There you go.
That's exactly right. So I get it. But no, I can't say that. Yeah, look, there's a lot of brands here I wouldn't carry, but not because I won't carry them. It's because they don't fit into the DNA of what we have.
Yeah.
So, yes, we carry some modern cars from time to time, but they're very special cars.
Yeah.
So, I can't... Yeah, I mean, like, you're fucking Havals and all that shit. I'm not going to carry that crap.
No, of course not.
I mean,
makes no sense.
And there's a... I mean, funny enough, I don't run a lot of Audis. I really don't. For some whatever reason, I just don't. I mean, obviously, R8, I do, yeah. maybe some RS4s, but the B7s, that cool shit, the manual stuff.
Well, same era as the Mercedes that you love as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, that sort of style. But no, I mean, I don't know. No, it's a hard question to ask because there's a lot of cars I won't carry only because they don't suit what I'm about.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. There's enough guys like, late model Ferraris, late model Lambos, late model, that sort of stuff. I won't carry 488s and Hurricanes for all the reasons why I've said it. They're just, they're not my sort of clients in a sense. If you want one, I'll get you one. But there's enough people fucking carrying for that market, mate.
Yeah.
I don't need to compete in that market.
Yeah.
No.
That's totally fair enough.
So to answer that question in a long-winded way again, it's a combination of yes and no. You know what I mean? If you mention certain cars, I'll tell you probably no, but off the top of my head, no. It's got to be this sort of a DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epic. All right. Well, amazingly, that's our time. We've properly run through that. That's epic. So we've actually got a bunch more questions. So apologies to those who we haven't answered. We might save those for another episode.
I'm going to ask Mikey some of those questions.
Okay, Mikey, one more question for you.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Perfect. First car.
My first car was a 900 turbo Saab.
Wow.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's cool.
Fucking love that car.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
If you haven't got it anymore, obviously.
Nah, Dad got rid of it because they weren't worth a lot. They're probably worth something now.
Mate,
But,
all the early model Saabs, they're fucking cool, man. Like the old Aeros and 900Is, I mean, they're always worth $1.50 second hand, but now they're probably worth $5. But in saying that, I mean, they have gone up.
I don't know how much this one would have been worth. This one did 430,000.
But have a listen to that.
Yeah,
but have a listen to that. 430,000 Ks. They were fucking awesome
They were
engineering,
built
man.
like tanks.
Mate, they were awesome
And there
engineering.
was actually nothing that went wrong with the engine. It was, when we were on a long drive. Sorry to call you out on this, Mum, but you weren't watching the temperature gauge.
Esther, come on, Esther.
and then the car blew the whole head gasket and everything, and it was we're sitting on the side of the road there, stuck and bumfuck nowhere out in the Murray River with the car because we were driving over to Adelaide, and car got towed in, and the repairs were going to be too much than what the car was actually worth. So we got rid of it, but that was the first car I learned how to drive in and what I bummed around in. And
that's awesome.
Wow.
It had leather seats. It was a 1988. Had leather seats, heated seats.
Back then, man.
Still had a radio, cassette, and had the turbo gauge on it.
Wicked.
And it wasn't fast, but it was a cool car to own. I loved driving that car, and it was just comfy and cruisy, and it was
cool.
great. I missed that car. I actually got to drive not a turbo, just a regular Saab 900 when I was in Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
So I did a photo shoot over there, and I was shooting for a musician who makes like a lot of 80s style music.
Yep.
And I was shooting his album cover. So I was like, worked with him on a concept. I'm like, how about we because we're in Sweden, he is Swedish.
Yeah.
And he wants an 80s style. Let's get an 80s style Saab.
Perfect.
And I went out like really far up north in Sweden to go find this like Saab and road tripped it back and had it for the whole week I was there. And I was like, just driving this old Saab around Sweden was probably one of like my best car driving experiences. It's like something so special about driving like the manufacturer, like where it was made in the country that you're in, and just driving like a classic like car in that country. It was just such an awesome experience. Like,
cool.
I love old Saabs. So.
Yeah, cool. What was your first car?
My first car was an absolutely hectic Holden Barina SRI.
SRI.
Whoa. How much horsepower?
It made 91 kilowatts. But it was manual. It weighed nothing. I put some tires on it and brakes on it and proceeded to drive the wheels off it to the point where I looped it on Mount Dandenong trying to race an R33 GDR in a Barina.
It's not initial D, bro.
Spun it. Yeah, pretty much.
But it was
front wheel drive initial D. Yeah, that was me, just boy racer. I love that car. It was a little Golf GTI, basically, is what it was.
Yeah, a little hot hatch.
Yeah, I absolutely love that car. Drove the wheels off it. It taught me to drive. All of that lift off oversteer in the front wheel drive, all that sort of stuff. That's why I learnt the skills in this little crap Barina. But it made enough power that it was good fun.
Yeah.
I raced, showing off now, but I raced, BF Falcons and what all the boys have when they're peas.
And it kept up
with
all of them.
So look, I can't complain. It was a great first car. Yeah. It died. It snapped the drive belt and pistons into valves. See you later.
Oh.
So that was gone. I then bought a 350Z and 4 hours into ownership proceeded to get T-boned.
Oh,
really?
Yep. And that sucks because that car. Yeah. My friend actually copped most of the hit. Someone ran a red light and just took us out.
Are you
so that was
serious?
Yeah,
what was the insurer job on that? Was it still in the other person's name when you got it, or
no? So every time I buy a car, I'll have it insured before I pick it up.
Sure.
So that's fine.
Very smart.
And shout out to Shannon's actually legit insurer who not only covered it being like 4 hours into insurance, which is a big like red flag. But the other people actually claimed I ran the red light and took us to court.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and at the end of it, the lawyers managed to work out a deal where we basically just walk away with our own damages. And Shannon's came to me and said, well, because you've kept your story fully straight from the start.
Oh, you've been telling the truth.
We're gonna honour that and pay you out and blah 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 and everything else, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
I couldn't get insured with them again because they hated me.
Yeah,
but they honoured that insurance policy, and I got to give them props for that. Yeah, no, it was good. What about you? What was your first car?
Fuck, mate. My first car, again, didn't come from money, mate. So I went and bought my first car. I took a loan to get it, $5,000.
Yeah.
I was at fucking uni. And it was way before your fucking times, it was a Mitsubishi Sigma. But, hey, it was a Peter Werrett. Now, Peter Werrett back in the day was a cross-dressing bloke. That's his fucking thing. I don't give a shit. But he was a fucking bit of a car guy, and he was like a bit of a racing bloke, and this is way before Brock days and all that stuff. So what he did is, it was a Sigma, and it was a Peter Werrett, which is his name.
Kind of like a Tommy Mackin and Evo.
Basically,
sort of thing.
So what it was is, it was red. They had like grey, black, and red stripes down the bottom. They had special rims. It had Recaro interior.
Yeah,
it had a Momo steering wheel.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it was just cool for what it was.
Yeah.
And mind you, I never knew how to drive manual because my old man had a Valiant. It was an auto. You know how I learned to drive manual. I used to watch my uncle drive, and I'd watch him put the foot in, change gears, and like, you know, when I was like fucking 12 or 13, I'd be sitting in his car in the garage, and I'd be imagining I was driving. So I'd be changing the gears and learning in my sense the sequence. So no shit, the first time I drove a car, I bought it, caught a bus out the middle of Fuckville, bought it, drove it back on my own.
Nice.
Sienna, mate. I never learnt, just driving it and crunched it a couple of times and going, well, okay, put it in further, fucking off we go.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I'm driving home and I went on a hill and I'm like, shit. And I was shitting myself because I'm going, I'm not going to make the lights. Fuck, what am I going to do? And I remember, I'll never forget it. I'm going, fuck, I've got no insurance. I've never fucking driven manual. I'm on this fucking hill. I've got the handbrake so fucking high up. I thought I was going to brake. I'm shitting myself. I stalled the car. And I'm like, fuck, it can't be this hard. Come on, mate. Yeah, I'm going, can't be this fucking hard. And I'm going, all right, rev the shit out of it. Then I can slip the clutch to get it, grab it. Okay, I'm going. All right, I'm going. Fucking got going. And then got home. My old lady's like, what'd you do? I bought this car. Where'd you get the money from? I took a fucking loan. And I didn't know how to drive manual, so no one could drive the car. My old man was fucked. He couldn't drive it. And I remember going to a hill that day and just learning how to fucking do...
Oh, you legend.
And I'm a kid. I learnt by myself.
That's
and
awesome.
Fucking that's how I learned.
That's
no one,
awesome.
like, mate, my old man didn't. Mate, my old man wouldn't have a fucking clue. Come and drive manual. And so, like I said, it was only watching my uncle, literally watching his feet, how I learned to drive manual. I never had a lesson because back then you could just get an auto. So fuck around, just get the auto, then learn. That's all we all did, and then just learnt ourselves. So yeah,
amazing.
That was a Peter Werrett Sigma, and did the usual bullshit. Put exhaust and put Simmons on it, and all the crap that you do, and it wouldn't pull the fucking rice paddy off, mate. But it was just, it looked cool and it was lowered, and yeah, that was my first car.
Amazing.
That's awesome. What a note to end on. What a note to end on. All right, so thank you very much for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our guest. Next episode, which will be in a week's time for you. Yes, we're going to dive into the story. These two have quite a history, so we're gonna dig into that. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your questions.
Thanks again. Please keep the questions coming.
Yes, and I'll put some more Instagram stories up. We'll get some more questions. It's amazing how long it takes us to get through them. So we might have to be a bit selective, but that's okay. Keep sending them in, and we'll see you next week in the next episode.
See you guys.
Take care.